Hi lovelies. Just getting everything set up properly. Shouldn't take too long. Some things weren't working properly as usual when it comes to electronic stuff. Right, I think we're about there. I'm sorry, I'm shaking the camera because I've got my hand resting on it. I'm working from a small area, so there's not much room. And you need a lot of room when you're cross stitching, as I'm sure some of you know. What's going on? Where's that gone? There we go. Sorry, I've just deafened everybody as well. Right, I should be okay now. Let me just put the things somewhere. Right, so this is normally like my desk that I work off when I'm working on my computer, when I'm just like running the business and just doing random stuff all day. And so I've had to get rid of stuff. I've moved the mouse away, I've moved the keyboard away, kind of everything, and this is kind of how we end up setting everything up for the videos. It's just temporarily. I normally do these kind of videos in my craft room, and that's outside, but obviously with dislocating my knee, it's a little difficult to be going outside and manoeuvring all that kind of stuff, so this is going to have to do for now. Right, so as I have mentioned somewhere before, I'm sure, I am doing the 10,000 Heaven and Earth challenge. So that obviously means that I'm going to need to keep an eye on how many stitches I'm doing and keep a record of it and just see how it goes. I think it's mainly just a challenge for yourself, just to kind of make sure it motivates you to get your stitching done each day and gives you a bit of a boost when sometimes you lose your stitchy bug and think, well, what's the point, I can't be bothered. Where if you think, right, I need to get these stitches done by the end of next month, it kind of gets you like motivated a little bit. Well, it does me anyway. So I've not actually done one of these kind of challenges before, because normally I'm like, oh, I'll never be able to do that, but I thought, no, I'm going to try and do it because I have a ton of big projects on the go at the minute, a load of them, and I just need to get through them, because I'm just really excited to see the outcome of them all as well, if anything. So I thought, right, I'm going to do it. So we've got till the end of September to do 10,000 stitches, and let me update you on what we're on so far, if I can get the mouse to move. So far we're 15.56% through the project, so we've done 1,556 stitches, and we've got 8,444 left to do of the challenge. So we still have quite a lot to do, but we have got a whole month to do it, so it's going to be a lot of stitching to do. So I thought, why not stitch on stream and talk to other people at the same time and make it a little bit even more interesting. So I hope some of you will want to join and come and have a chat and, I don't know, just do some crafty stuff together. So right now I'm actually live streaming on Twitch and YouTube together, so they will both be kind of staying on there. So once I finish the live stream, they'll both still be on the account if you did ever want to go back and watch them or whatever. But I might just edit them a little bit to get rid of like all that beginning bit where I was faffing around. That's just something that I can't help. It's kind of the process of setting everything up. So hopefully I'll just leave everybody with the good bits of the video. So I have my sticky notes and my pen that I'm going to just be, every time I get to a section where I need to stop and mark it off, I'll just write down how many stitches I've done, and then at the end of like tonight's session or whatever, whenever I've had enough, I'll add it all up and then add it onto the spreadsheet. So I'm actually kind of cheating a little bit and rushing and just skipping straight onto this page because this bit's really tricky to stitch because it's so close to the frame. So it'd be easier for me to do that kind of not on camera, just where I've got loads of room to manoeuvre about and everything, and just kind of make it all messy because it's quite difficult to keep this in frame of the camera at the same time as stitching. It's a bit awkward. So I'm moving on to the third page. I can't show you the whole chart because legal reasons. This is just a tiny section. This is literally like one page of loads, and as you can see, so I have put here a picture of what the finished piece is going to look like, and this is the star by Jasmine Becket Griffith. And if you are a colouring fan as well, you'll know that she also does colouring books, and she also does a lot of stuff. I found out she had her own website the other day and a Patreon and everything, and I had a look, and she has a lot of beautiful stuff that's amazing. I do love her artwork, and if you can make it out, we're kind of on her hairline now, so we're parting in the middle of her head. That's where we've just reached, so we're heading over to the right towards all the bright blues and everything, and that's what I'm excited to get to. I'm really excited to get to her eyes and her face, and I'm excited to get to the stars and all the like bright reddy orangey colours at the bottom. I'm just really excited about that, so I'm really eager to move forward with this project. I've never finished a Heaven and Earth Designs project before, so this is going to be a first if we do get it finished, but I have a few on the go that I normally rotate. So let's get going with this one, shall we? So I'm sorry if I keep pulling this off camera, but it's easier for me to just get the stitch started close to me because I normally look here like this close to my face, and stitching from this far away is pretty difficult. So I'm actually starting at the bottom because, like I said, it's difficult to stitch right at the top on camera because of the frame in the way. It won't be eventually, obviously when we're down here and this is going to be the top of the page, it'll be easy, but for now it's not. So I'm actually starting here at the bottom, and 3 of these columns are ones we've already stitched on the previous page. They're overlapping just to kind of help out a little bit, so obviously we don't need to do them, but we're kind of going next to them and see where we need to go. And I'm actually going to try and park. I always say that and I end up just stitching whatever. I'll stitch like big clumps of like the same colour wherever it goes, but I'm really going to try and park, and don't hold me on it. And if I don't do it right, don't judge me on it either. It's just I always try and have a go at it whether it works out or not. I also want to say a massive thank you to everyone on both channels, to be honest, because my Twitch has grown massively. I only started it, what, maybe a week ago, maybe not even that long ago, and I already have 11 of you following, which is actually really amazing. My gaming channel took a lot longer just to get to 11. I'm only on 22 on that, and this Twitch account has grown really big, so I really appreciate the support, and I really enjoy having you all here with me. With working from home, running your business from home, you do kind of miss out on the communication side, and there's no one to talk to and you're kind of lonely all day. So this is my like chatty time. This is the time I get to just communicate with you all and mingle. So it is really nice to have a load of you joining in with me. And the same as my YouTube channel. Now that is growing massively day by day, and it seems to be getting bigger each day. So like it'll get bigger than it did the day before, and I can't believe it, the amount of you that is subscribing and liking and commenting really nice comments on my videos. You don't even understand how much I appreciate that and how excited I get. I'm always going to Michael and saying, oh my god, Michael, this person said this about my video and I've got this many followers. It's really exciting to see it grow and to build a little crafty community of people that can talk about this kind of stuff and enjoy it with them, and for them to actually understand what I'm talking about as well with the stuff that we're talking about, because it is nice to talk to your partner about it, but they don't always understand because they don't do the craft themselves, so it can be a little tricky. But so it's nice to talk to other people that do actually do the same thing as you, and also to get advice and help and all that kind of good stuff. I might just end up moving the camera a little bit throughout just to get a good camera angle, because I haven't started stitching yet, so it's gonna it may need to move for you to be able to see the stitching, because it's really far to the left of my frame, unfortunately. Well, it's not actually, but it feels like it on camera. I've got quite a bit of here, and I've been naughty as well and missed this bit because I got a bit bored of doing all the black and blue, so I've skipped it and come to the like exciting bits. For this first column, like I said, I'm going to try and park. I'm actually going to do it as there's 3 columns here and then obviously a column of 10. So I'm going to do all 13 across and work my way up. Normally it would be a column of 10, but I'm not just going to do the 3 and then come back for the 10. There's no point. Feels a bit loose on the frame right now. So we're going across by 5. So yeah, I like I was saying, I do really appreciate it, and I have actually made a few more videos. I've made a video on my cross stitching because I know I haven't talked about that a lot on my YouTube, and so I've made a video about showing you, it's probably a part 1 of 2 or 3, and it's showing you all my current cross stitching projects that I have on the go at the minute. And I was basically showing the ones that I have indoors, and then once I can get outside properly, I'll be doing the second part and third part of the video to show you the rest, because there is a lot. And then I did another video showing how I store like my floss or my threads and just my projects in general, and I just need to edit and upload them so you can see them. I also have quite a few colouring videos that are filmed and ready to upload. It's just getting the time, because it can take quite a long time to edit and upload all the videos, so that's quite time consuming. So we've gone 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I really like to use this laying tool now. I feel like I can't stitch without it because my stitches are totally different, and it's just really awkward to do it from this far away on the camera. So I probably shouldn't have made the thread so long. But the project is angled away from my eyes, so it's quite hard to see. So I'm sorry if this looks really awkward and just like clumsy. Does anybody else just love cross stitching though? Like, the way that I see it, this is probably going to be like a really heart-to-heart talk on this. I know not many people are watching right now, but if you do join in or come and watch it later on, then it's still fine. And I've found that I've been through a lot of hard stuff in my life already, and I'm not even really that old yet, and I've gone through a lot of stuff that most adults probably haven't gone through, and I'm not going to talk about it, don't worry. And oh, I shouldn't have done. Why did I do this? I should have gone across a bit more, because there was some over here. I don't know why I went back. I'll do it in a minute. And yeah, so I've been through a lot of like crazy stuff that I'm not going to talk about, but it is stuff that kind of normally affects people really badly and that. And one thing that I've had throughout all of it, and it sounds really stupid, but it's cross stitching, because it's something that other people that I've met don't do, and don't ask about much, don't talk about. It's something that I've had that's mine, that's my hobby, that's something that I do in my spare time, that I can escape and do, and it's something that I have had throughout everything. So cross stitching has become to mean a lot to me in a weird way. I know it's just a hobby and it's just like cross stitching, what are you on about? But it's really difficult to explain, but it has become a big part in my life. And I think that's probably why I started a business around it, because I knew that I had cross stitching no matter what. Like even when I was upset and I had nothing and I had no one, I always had this to do that was my thing and nobody else's. And it's made it so that cross stitching has become quite sentimental, and starting a business focused around cross stitching kind of feels a bit like a bigger achievement than normal, because it's like I've made something out of this thing that I've always had that's mine, that nobody else seemed to be bothered about, and I've actually made it into something big. And I don't know how to explain it, and it sounds really stupid, but I just wanted to try and explain like how much cross stitching actually means in my life in a weird way. And it's probably why I've been doing it every single day kind of thing. And like if I'm upset or stressed, I'll just sit down, cross stitch, and then everything will be okay. So if anybody else does go through a lot of difficult stuff, maybe sometimes just sit there and find that one thing that is yours, that nobody else has, and that you can keep for yourself, and that kind of relaxes you, and then it kind of helps. It really does help to take your mind off everything. I'm kind of sound like an agony aunt while I'm talking to myself, but sometimes I like to explain it to people, because I know that others in the cross stitching world and the crafty world or whatever will probably understand. And maybe I've gone through the same kind of thing and feel the same way about their crafts, I don't know, but it's not just a hobby or a craft to me anymore. It's kind of like my life. It's been there through my whole life, and everyone kept saying to me, oh, you shouldn't turn a hobby into a business, because then you won't like your hobby anymore. But it's actually made me happier to surround myself with something that's made me happy. So it's made me happier surrounding myself with it, because now it's like a big part of my life, and it's something that I have to deal with every day, and like it kind of has made my life. I don't know how to explain it. It's not really like become a bad thing. It's not taken the hobby away from me at all. It's made it so that the hobby is now my life, which has made my life happier in a weird way. So I hope people understand what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna stop talking about it now, because I probably seem stupid. But I like it, it's cute. Even though I've been doing this for years, you'd think that I'd have loads of cross stitch finishes, but I barely have any. All the projects I've chosen to do are giant heaven and earth design ones that kind of take people years. Let me angle the camera up a bit, because you can't even see what I'm doing. See if that's any better. I've been sat here stitching and none of you can see what I'm doing. I apologise. I might stand this up a little bit, because then I can see it better. Right, I think I've done it right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Miss 1, 1. Miss 2, 1. Miss 1, 1. Yep. And then miss 1, 1. Miss 2, 1. Miss 1, 2. Miss 1, 2. Miss 1, 1. Yay, we've done it right. So I filled in the bottom row that we missed. God, I cannot find a good angle to do this. It's so strange. Maybe I should put the camera up a little bit, but then it's like you're even further away from the stitching. Maybe this is easier. I've got all the little gems along the back. And then the Switch is over here. I've got to have a Nintendo Switch always around for gaming. Right, so now the chart's over here. So you can still see the chart a little bit, and hopefully you can see me stitching a bit more. Sorry for all of the camera moving around. I know that's going to get me some dislikes, like it has been in the past, but I don't know. It helps to make you see it better, so I can't really do anything else. You can see, look, where I've had this here. This is dirtier than it is under here. It's horrible. This is why I love Grime Guards. Like, they're definitely needed. There's something on it. It's disgusting. Let me show it underneath. I don't know why that bit's poking out. There's a lot of fabric on this because it's a big project, so it's all gathered up and just like shoved inside the Grime Guard. It would help if I was stitching more over here, then you'd see it, but I'm over here. Let me just make this fabric tighter because it's loose. So what I normally do is I pull the fabric obviously over the Q-snap frame. I've got cats and kites everywhere. Over the frame, but then I fold the fabric back on top of itself just to make it, once that goes underneath the Q-snap, it will hold it a lot better. Some people put fabric in there, which you can do that also. I just haven't for some reason. I've just always folded it back over because it also helps with the amount of fabric that's hanging down the back that you've got to try and tuck underneath. But this should make it a lot stiffer to hold your fabric, and then it pulls a lot tighter like that. You want it like a drum. Perfect. There we go. Nice and tight. I hate stitching when it's not tight. It doesn't feel good. There we go. If anybody else has pets, cats and dogs or whatever, do any of you find that you end up stitching a lot of their hairs into your project? Like, there must be so many cat hairs just stitched into this. Sometimes it's easier to just like stitch into it and pull it out because I can't get it. At least it's got like a touch of the cats in it. They've made their mark. They always seem to like to sit on this as well. They won't aim for anything else. They'll just go and they'll sit straight on this. And then it makes it baggy again. I've got to make it tight with the fabric because it pulls it in. No, I wanted to make a joke then, but I feel like it's inappropriate and people will give me hate for it, but I thought of something really funny in my head. Drop me a comment down below whenever you do watch this video and let me know what your favourite count fabric is to stitch on as well. Most, I don't know if all of them, but all of the Heaven and Earth designs that I've come across, which are quite a few that I've got, are all suggested to do on 25 count, which is probably just because obviously they're already going to be massive projects. And I obviously, for my first project I did of theirs, bought the 25 count and did it on that, and I absolutely hated it. It's just my opinion, only it's just the way that I feel about it, but the fabric's holes are so tiny and I just felt like my stitches would not lie nice. I just didn't enjoy stitching on those projects. So what I did for my next one is I got 18 count Ada, and I know that the end project's going to be a lot bigger, but I love it so much better. It's so much nicer to stitch on. Some people really like 25 count and I've got nothing against it. It's just my preference that I just really didn't get on with it very well. So next row we've got to do 5 across. Put it down. Michael's probably going to make me some kind of frame to hold this in place for the camera. I don't know what we're going to do about it, but hopefully it'll like hold it for me so I can use both hands. Because normally I've got my hand underneath it, if you can see it. But I have my hand underneath just like holding it there. Miss 1 1. We're in the third row, aren't we? 1 2 3. Miss 1 1. Miss 1 1. Miss 2 1. Has anybody else been watching anything good on TV too? Like, drop me another comment. I'm struggling to find good stuff to watch. I feel like I've watched everything now. We're a big fan of things like Walking Dead. I love watching zombie programs, like good ones. I love watching good zombie films and good zombie programs. I'm a big horror fan. And we tried Fear the Walking Dead a while back, and I don't know why, but we only gave it half an episode's chance, and then we stopped watching it because we didn't kind of like take to it. And we normally give programs a longer chance than that before we decide that. So we came back to it the other day, and kind of getting into it this time round. We should have given it a bit longer, but it was a really slow starting program. But I'm actually quite enjoying that now. And it's from the same creators as The Walking Dead, and I've heard that some of the characters cross over at one point, which is cool. But I am a massive, massive horror fan. I know that makes me a bit strange probably, but I feel like I've watched every single horror film, and it makes me sad because I want some horror films that I haven't seen. I might stitch a big horror picture at some point, because I do have the software to create cross-stitch charts, because that's what I sell for the business sometimes. I can make custom cross-stitch charts for people, obviously non-copyright, so no pictures from films and stuff online. But I can do that myself, I just can't sell it, if you know what I mean. And I think I might make a like a horror picture of all like the horror, like the famous horror characters. Like maybe all standing there in a row together or something like. I feel like I might do something like that. But if other people like it, I'll gift it to you. I just can't sell it to you. Right, so this is where I need to count how many stitches I've done and write it down. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23. So we did 23 stitches already. Not bad, not bad. Let's get that written down. Everyone seems to be on tonight. Maybe it's because it's Monday night. it is 11:30. I'm one of those weird people that's just up in the middle of the night. My sleeping schedule is crazy at the minute. It's completely flipped and I don't know why. I don't know how that's happened. But I end up going to bed at like 3, 4 in the morning and getting up at 10, 11. It's really bad. Do you ever stitch something as well and think, have I done this the wrong colour? Because that just does not look right. Because that's what I'm doing right now. So I feel like that just doesn't go. Shouldn't that have been blue or something? Let's have a look at the picture. I don't know. Maybe it's the bottom of her hairline. Like a parting. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's right. Right, so when we do parking, what do we normally do then? So you normally do like a 10 by 10 block, don't you? And then park it in the next block and then do the next colour in the line. Right, so we'll carry on with this block and then we'll park it if there's any thread left and do the next colour. I was too excited to start the third page. Does anybody else get that way where you get to the end of a page and can start a new one, so you get really excited and motivated for a new page, and then about halfway through the next page you're like, oh, for God's sake. It's like, I feel like I'm getting nowhere. Sometimes I find it really therapeutic watching people stitch though, you know, just, it's weird just watching them pull the thread in and out and in and out. Just find it really therapeutic to watch. Something quite calming about it. Maybe that's because of what I discussed earlier though. Because I just like went to this as something to calm the atmosphere. Sometimes when you're stitching something this big as well, you can't see it. Like you're stitching it and you just can't see the picture. But then once you've kind of get to the end of a page, hold it far away and look at it. You're like, oh, I can see it now. Like now that I've come to the end of the second page, I can start to see like the streaks in her hair, and I'm loving it. So when I was over there, it was just all greys and blacks and browns. I was like, oh. I feel like the sound of this thread going in and out could be something for an ASMR video. I'm surprised people haven't done that yet. Thought it went wrong then. You can tell when I think I've got wrong, I just go really quiet and just stare at the pattern. like using this as well because sometimes I don't just use it as a laying tool. Sometimes if I lay my thread down and it kind of goes to the side and leaves a big white patch, I use it to push it over. It's quite good for all sorts of little things. Or sometimes if it pulls something through that from the back that it shouldn't, I just use it to like poke everything back through. It's a really strong kind of needle on the end. Oh, I just realised the cat's the perfect colour for the thread. Matching! You can see where we're working our way up to the column. Let's count them again. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better like your door. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 this time. It's like a little competition in my head to see how many I can do before having to kind of look back at the chart. I'm going to change the title of the stream. Tell everyone that it's getting sentimental in here. We're having heart-to-heart conversations, me and myself. So, let's move on up a row. So obviously we're not quite at the top of the box yet, so we've got 3 more lines to go and then I'm going to have a go at parking it. I'm going to try my hardest. And then I think when you park you kind of get to the top of the 10 by 10 square and then leave it for the next square and then you start with the next colour thread at the bottom and do the same again. I always try and park at the beginning of a new page and then just stop halfway through and just kind of stitch in bulks. So you got 1, this one 1. It just really feels like it shouldn't be purple here. Feels a bit weird. Miss 1, 1. Miss 1, 1, 2. Does everybody count like that in the head too? It's like miss 1, 1, miss 1, 2. Sometimes when my partner's talking to me and I'm trying to count, I literally just go to a mess. I can't do it. I have to be completely silent. Right, that's the end of that line. See how many stitches we can get done tonight. Maybe I can finish off the 10,000k challenge in one night. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Or is that not? There's something wrong. No, don't ruin it now. So that's another thing I use this laying tool for, is to like undo knots. Sometimes I just don't understand how the knots form because it just happens. It's like cables when they just sat in your drawer and then somehow you go back to them and they're knotted. They must just like do stuff in the daytime. Feels like a really nice calm stitching night tonight. We've got some nice like zen music in the background. I did have a candle burning with the, what's it called, wax melt, but it burnt out. I might relight it. I got my cozy hoodie on because it's starting to get cold again now. We had a massive heat wave in England for a while and it was so hot, and then it's probably not even cold, but because we're used to that heat now, it's starting to feel like it's getting cold. But this is my favourite time of the year, coming to autumn. I just can't believe it's come round already again. Like, it's a bit scary, isn't it, how fast it's coming around. Ooh, this next one's a bit trickier, so 3 in, 1, 2, 3. This one. The thread's gone a bit weird now. Just need to let it untwizzle, I think. Untwizzle yourself. So this one goes here. Miss one. This is a bit tricky, you need to concentrate on this bit. It's all confetti. There's so much confetti on this page, I've just noticed. Oh god. 1, miss 1, miss 1, 3. Miss 1, 2. Okay, that's not too bad. I think it's probably, parking is probably the best thing to do on this one, really, because of all the confetti. It's going to get really confusing otherwise. End up miscounting stitches. I don't even know if this thread's going to be long enough to park it. We're probably just going to get to the end of the 10 by 10 and it'll be at the end of the thread. There'll be no thread left to park. No, stop it. Trying to make sure my head doesn't like lean over the project, because literally I have a big head and it would cover the whole camera, you wouldn't see anything. So I'm trying to make sure I'm staying back away from it, so it's quite difficult stitching from so far away. I'm only really close to it. Okay, time to count the stitches for the 10,000 challenge. So, and then we're going to write them down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've accidentally nearly coloured in another square, so that's another reason why it's probably best to do it chunk by chunk, because by the time you come back to that bit you probably forgot that you accidentally did that. Sometimes it's just nice looking back at your stitches, isn't it? Like, oh, it's so smooth. I'm so weird. There's only one more row left of this box and there's only a few stitches on it, so we may have a bit of thread left to park. Let's just get it done. So 1. Miss 2, 1. I think I'm also going to put a tracker bar up on the screen for you so you can see how close, like, so you can track the 10,000 stitch Heaven and Earth Designs challenge progress. I've got it on my spreadsheet, but I'll put it in a box on the screen and then we can all track it together how close I am to doing it, because I've never done anything like that before. We've got till the end of September to complete 10,000 stitches on one of your projects, so I'm only 15% of the way there. I've got a lot to do. Normally I'm no good with challenges, and I've tried doing the stitch alongs that you can do where they send you the chart monthly and then you complete it each month all together, and I end up doing the first month and then it's just gone away in my to-do pile from like years ago, so I'm just like way far behind. I just never end up following along with it. But I thought this would be quite cool because there's no restrictions to what chart you do it or anything like that, and you can do it at your own pace, but just try and get 10,000 done by the end. So is this? I don't think this is quite a 10 by 10 because it's the bottom corner of the chart, and it's a small block here because obviously these three are already done. So there's only 3 columns here, and there's 10 across, but there's not 10 down on this one because this one's like not quite a whole column row either. So how many is it down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 8 down by 10. Right, so let's just mark off what we've done there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So write down 5. 5. And then I'm going to get my yellow highlighter. And we can, so I'll use the yellow highlighter to mark off where we're leaving the thread, where we're parking it, so that when I come back to it I'll know what it is. And then we're going to start back at the bottom again with the next colour. I did have this laid down on the camera so you could see it, but obviously it took up too much room and you couldn't see it and I couldn't see it, so we're only working on this bit so you can kind of see it. So I'm parking it diagonally from this one. So here. So I'll just use the needle minders to keep the threads out of the way. That's what I've done previously when I've parked, but I'm not a parking professional. I normally fail at it, but I'm going to give it a go. So there we go, we've marked that in yellow, so we can go back over the yellow with the pink obviously. So it won't matter too much, and then we're going to come back to the bottom. And there isn't many stitches of this one, there's only a few. So let me get the thread ready. All my threads are in this box, and I've got the picture on like sellotape to the inside of what the project is that's inside this box. And then on the inside we have, I normally use clear sellotape, but I've ended up using washi tape because that's all I had at that moment. And this is all the chart things, the symbols. So I'm going to wrap this back on because there was 2 threads that I had there ready. And then we're going to find the next colour. So that's 3042, so I'm going to put that back. 3042. So here, they're quite messy, don't judge my bobbined threads, they're not very neat at all. And I've got cat hairs in the box and all sorts. So the next one is, it's like a T and then an upside down T on top of it. So, where is that? Let's look. Sometimes it takes me ages to find the symbol, it's so weird. I found it, 966, so it's like a greeny colour. Cool. I hope we're getting to all the bright, fun colours on this chart because that's what I'm really excited for. Do we have a thread? Yes, we do. I love it when we have a thread that's ready. Right, I'll put that in there and that can go away. And then I'm just going to run this through the thread heaven just to get rid of all the frayed bits because I hate that. Is there such weird stuff? I'm just trying to find a good bit because it's covered in hairs from all the other threads. Right, and then I'll leave a bit sticking out so that it can grab hold of it. There we go. I'm just going to run it through once. Normally I do it twice, but sometimes it can make your thread go like really curly and weird. But it helps to stop it from knotting, and it also, you can feel the smoothness of it when you run it through the holes in the fabric, you can tell, and it stops it being all frayed and stuff. But I don't think thread heaven are in production anymore. It's basically the same as beeswax, I think, that people use. I know a lot of people like to use beeswax, which is probably what I'm going to have to use once I've run out of this stuff, because I did buy 2 boxes of this when I heard that they were going out of production, and then I lost them. They're somewhere in the house, but I don't know where. And so yeah, so once this is gone, that's it. I'm pretty sure they've gone out of production now, sadly. Don't judge the back of my project, it's pretty messy. Right, now we're going up with the greens, but there really isn't many, so there's only a few, and then we can probably park this one if there's threads there. I don't even think there's enough to go across in rows really, I'm just kind of going up the square because there's not many at all. So we've got that one, this one. So we did that one, that one, that one. This one. Can't believe how late it is. The day's gone so fast. I think I'm going to release some new needle minders in the shop tomorrow. We've got 3 new alloy ones, so I'm really excited to get them up and on the website. And then another one here. Is that it? So we've done this one, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, and then so we'll park it here. I was looking to see if there was only this one here to do, but we'll just park it there. That was a really nice, quick and easy thread. Another one that's parked. It's going to feel weird having all these threads hanging around. Like, what are you doing here? This is why I have 50,000 needle minds on my projects. I use them for everything. And I like looking at them for some reason. Right. So I might actually wrap that around that one too and just guide it over there. So let's colour this in and mark it down on the stitching note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we did 5, and then we'll use the yellow. Five more stitches, and then I think basically the bits that are left are all the same colour, which is nice and easy. So back in the box again. It's quite nice as well not to have to keep cutting it and then wrapping it back up, and then when you come back to it, you've got to get that thread out again. This is actually quite nice. I'm actually liking it. So we can put this one away for now. 966, not to be confused with 996. And then 2 kind of weird line things. They're 318. Oh, I think I've used this one quite a bit before. 318. So it's like a grey colour. Back to the boring colours for a bit. That's weird mixing this green and purple and grey. Well, there's not a lot of it. That might not last us, I'm not sure. Let's just check on the things. So let's run this through the thread oven as well. And basically the majority of the missing stitches on this side of the square is this colour, so that would be pretty easy. But I don't think this thread will last to bark it. I'm going to actually show you the 3 new needle minders that are coming to the shop tomorrow because I'm so excited about them. Like, I love them, and one of them I'm going to be using myself, so you'll see it anyway. Like I said, they're alloy ones, so obviously they're made of metal, and extra sturdy. It's hard to move around because I have a knee brace on and it's really awkward. I can't push my chair in. So one of them is this little darling, and obviously it's an alloy koala bear. So that one's coming tomorrow. And then we have this cute llama. So cute and shiny. And then we have, this is the one that I'm going to be having on my project because it's so sparkly and so cute. How cute is that? And it's covered in rhinestones. I love it so much. And this is the one that you're probably going to see on here. Maybe instead of the ghosty. I love it so much. I had to show them. So you've basically just got a sneak peek into items that come in tomorrow that others have not seen yet. So you have to feel privileged about that, I guess. I'm going to have to post a sneak peek in the Plan to Stitch Facebook groups for everybody else too. Oh no, don't turn off. Stop. We've actually stitched quite a bit already tonight, I feel, because if you look at it, it's actually quite a chunk, really. Maybe I'm just saying that to make myself feel better, like I'm getting further through it. probably hear my cat Luna playing. We have 3 cats here. We have Mixie, Phoebe and Luna. And Mix is kind of like the mum. Phoebe's kind of like the sister that wants to be an only child. And Luna is like a toddler that just wants to play with everyone and doesn't have a bad bone in her body. She just wants to play all the time. They're so cute. Getting a bit difficult to see around this bit now. It's all filled in. I definitely don't think this thread will last long enough to park it. Let's have a look at it. Get in there. Okay, sorry about that. I was just sorting a few things. I had a sip of water and I was just trying to sort out getting some kind of box on the screen so you could see the kind of like the percentage towards the 10k challenge we are, but I can't find something. It's normally like how many followers you've got or percentages towards donations, all that kind of stuff, and that's not what I want. So I'll have to have a look after the stream, maybe see if I can find something, because it'd be quite nice for everyone to see and for me to see as well, so we can see the percentage on screen and keep track of it each time I do a live stream. At the minute, I have set myself an ultimate colouring challenge. It is on my YouTube channel if you haven't seen it yet, and it's basically just a challenge I've set myself. It's not something I'm following from everyone, and it's that I want to colour Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Joanna Basford all the way through. So I want to finish every single page in the colouring book, which I've never done before with a colouring book. I've never completed a whole book. So that's my challenge, and I'm documenting that through the journey and uploading it to YouTube. So we've got a couple of videos up already, and I have a couple more ready to edit, and I actually did some colouring of it of a live stream which will also get uploaded. And so that is a challenge that I set myself in the colouring side. But I guess once this 10k challenge is over with the Heaven and Earth designs, I won't have a challenge to do with cross stitch to keep me motivated, so I'm going to have to do a challenge on here. So if anybody has any ideas of what we can do as a cross stitch challenge, please let me know, drop a comment, and we can look into doing it after the challenge is over. It'd be quite nice to have a challenge on this as well too. It'll also help, so we've got like a block of videos to keep watching, and it's going to help with the kind of following some kind of journey with it all, instead of just being odd bits of here and there and doing this, doing that. It's kind of like following the whole process from start to finish. So please drop some comments or message me on social media. All the links are down below, and just send me some ideas that you have of a challenge that I can start with the cross stitching side of stuff. It doesn't have to be one that everyone wants to join and follow, because not everyone will want to. It's not something I'm going to say, right, let's do a challenge. It's just something that I'll set myself, and then if others want to do it, then that's absolutely fine. So it doesn't have to be something on a massive scale. It just has to be some kind of challenge to keep us occupied on these stitchy videos for a while. Getting a bit difficult to see with this grey here, where it's like mixing in with the purpley pinks and then it's reflecting on the light. It's weird to like see it at this angle. Sometimes it looks like I've gone back over that stitch and I haven't. This is time to end it because it's right at the end of the thread now, so I'm going to have to get a little bit more, but at least we'll have enough thread then to park it for the first time ever. I'm actually really enjoying the parking. Normally I kind of give up by now. I'll start parking the thread and then I just give up and stitch big clumps of it in the direction that it kind of goes in the chart. Like if there's a big section that goes like that, I'll just start stitching it like that instead of going up in an order. But I'm actually enjoying doing this, so hopefully I'll carry it on. There's not actually much left of this colour thread, so I might have to top it up. It's been a popular one. There is a lot of greys and browns at the beginning of this project, so I have used a lot of them. I'm actually going to need to wash this soon because I've been doing stitching every single day and it's getting a little bit grotty. Look, we're nearly at the end. There's like half a bobbin left. So sad. I hope I have got another one of these. I'm sure I have somewhere. Surely. Thank you so much, Jessica, for the subscribe. I really appreciate it, and welcome to my video. Section this off. That one, and then we'll pop it back in here. So again, obviously this is the piece. What I'm going to do on one of the YouTube videos though, I have done it on one of my videos. I've filmed a video and I just need to edit it and upload. But I'm going to go through all the boxes that I have, and they're all in these other big storage boxes from IKEA. And I have loads of these, and they all have the different pictures on the front for the different projects, and then inside is all of their bits and pieces. And I'm going to go through them all because I've got a feeling I might have the odd thread heaven hiding in one of the boxes, hopefully. Like, just hanging around. I've probably got loads of stuff in them that I forgot was there from ages ago. But I do need to swap this washi tape out for clear sellotape so I can see it better, and it's peeling off. But it'll do for now, I guess. I'm going to run this through the thread heaven. Get it on nice. It feels like, you know, at school when you put glue on your hands and then peeled it off. That's what that feels like. Just clumpy glue. I wonder why Thread Heaven stopped going into production. It's a bit sad. Might have to invest in some beeswax probably, or I just need to try and find the ones I've lost. So, oh, I need to mark it off on the chart thing. So if you didn't know, Jessica and anybody else that's here, I'm currently following, you know, I don't know if you know about it, but the 10,000 Stitch Challenge on Heaven and Earth Designs Facebook page, and it's basically that obviously you've got to just do 10,000 stitches by the end of September. So what I'm doing is, I've already started it off screen and I'm 15% of the way through it. I'm trying to get a bar on the screen to show you. It'll probably be on for next time because I couldn't find anything. But every time I do a bit on the charts, I'm writing it down on here how many stitches I've done, and then I'll total it up at the end of like the evening and then add it to the spreadsheet, and that'll work out what percentage you are through it. So we've got a mission to get through. I wish they were still around. I heard that the lady retired, didn't it? Oh, yeah, it is a shame, isn't it? Loads of people loved Thread Heaven, and it is really, really nice. It makes the thread feel so much better when it goes through the holes of the fabric. It's so smooth. Stops it fraying. It is sad. I would have thought they would have handed it down to somebody else, or maybe sold the company off, but a bit strange. You completed your 10k challenge already? Oh my gosh. Well done. That was really quick. To be honest though, I did start it really late. I only started it about maybe a week or two ago. So I'm a bit late in there, but well done on completing it. Are you going to start another one or do something else? Or are you just going to wait for another challenge to be uploaded? Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I did more than I thought. 22, 23, There we go. So once I've got to the edge of this, I guess we're parking the colour. Oh, I guess we could, oh no, I can't really carry on with that colour because there's some other colours here. So we'll have to do them and then carry it on. Oh no, what number did I say? Was it 23? 27? I forgot. Let me rewind it back. Got it. I had a bit of time to stitch. I'm currently working on Jasmine Becket, Griffth, Faces of Fairy 235 and I want to finish. I have that one too and I love it. Isn't her artwork just beautiful? I love them so much. I actually have that one that I've kind of part started. I don't think I have it in here with me though. It's in my craft shed, so I can't get it out. I've only started literally the very corner and then now I can't find the chart anywhere. I can't find it at all. So I'm going to have to reprint it off. I'd love to see your progress though. Have you got an Instagram account or anything? Because I really, really like that artwork. It's so nice. I love the like the yellows and the pinks in her hair. Please don't judge the back of my stitching. I don't take care in it. It's just whatever happens happens as long as the front's alright. I've got a load of the Jasmine Becket Griffiths colouring books as well. And the Hannah Lynn. I've got some Hannah Lynn ones and a Hannah Lynn cross stitch chart. They're my favourite artists. I actually have the book right here. Got a colouring book here. I love her art. And then there is actually a page that I started stitching the other night on the stream. And I just love her artwork. It's so nice. It's the eyes as well, I think. I like the eyes. And then I started this one, but because I did a mask in a gold glitter, but then I went wrong there, and then I ended up rubbing it out, and it's kind of made the paper go weird. So now there's like a weird patch on it, and it ruined it. So maybe I'll go back to it at some point. I don't know, but she does do a lot of cool stuff. I found her website the other day. I didn't even know she had a website too. So I also normally don't park my thread. I normally just stitch in blocks. Well, not blocks, but like whatever shape it will be in that colour. But I've decided to really try and park. Now that I've started the third page, I'm just going to try and park the whole page. It's going to be a big challenge because normally I just stop doing it after a while and just stitch what I want to stitch, but I can see the want to do it. I can see like the reason why people do it, because it does feel quite nice to not have to keep ending the thread and then like coming back to it later, if you know what I mean. You can just put the thread there and then come back to it when it's time, if you know what I mean. And it's probably a lot easier as well when you're counting, so it's not going to be as easy to miscount and whatever, because I do miscount quite a bit. Try not to get my head in the camera, because you won't be able to see anything if that happens. I'm struggling to see now. Now that it's blended in with all the purples, I can't really see where I've stitched. It's weird. I didn't mean to just deafen everybody with the microphone. So I've got to go here. We've almost done the box. Feels quite productive. It's only taken an hour and a half. It's so strange, isn't it, when you look back and you realise how long it has actually taken you just to do a tiny bit. Guess it keeps us occupied and out of trouble. I also have no idea why I'm still stitching at 12:30 at night. It's a late one tonight. Perfect. And then we're going to need to park this colour and then do the corner colours. So it's not a proper 10 by 10 square, but because it's like kind of in the corner of a page, it's a bit weird like that. I think this one was an 8 by 10 square, and then there was like a column of like 3. Okay, that's ready to park now. And then we can mark these off. That's a long one. Wrapped it around 2 needle binders just to keep it extra safe. You never knew. Right, so and then we've got to go in and do these like little bits here, and then we'll park those and then start with the whatever the first colour is in this bottom corner. That's what we're going to go in and start with. I'm going to count these off, ready for the See how close we are to the 10k. 10,000 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 stitches, and then we will mark it with the yellow. We've got 3 threads apart now. This is so not like me. And then we need to go in with a new colour. So I'm gonna go in and do this. So what shape is it? It's like little square things. So I'm gonna find it on the little chart thing. Oh, that's sticking out. Don't like it, that sticks out. Right, so we can put this away for now because we don't need that now. 318. And we need the like squares and squares and squares inside squares. They're weird shapes sometimes, like how do you even explain what they are? So 3752. 37. Here we are. Oh, is it blue? Not much left of it. Hopefully I've got some more of this colour wherever I put the thing. I'm hoping, because what I normally do is if I have duplicates of threads I'll put them separately, because then you're not wasting bobbins and you're not like bobbinating loads of the same colour. You might as well just have one of each colour and then add it on to the bobbin when it's over. 3752. Oh yeah. And these like holographic pouches are perfect because you can fit your threads in a long ways and they won't have to bend. I don't know why, because it doesn't matter if they bend, but I'm a bit weird about it. I like to keep everything straight. I won't wrap that around the bobbin now because it's been boring for everyone, but I'm going to leave that to the side and do it after the stream. Get some of this thread off. There's not much left. This is a really weird bit left over. Oh, we've got a strand of 2, so that's awesome. Perfect. There's not many stitches anyway. There's only 4 in that little bit, and then we park it. So all good. I'll leave that there because I'm going to come back to that and sort it out. Run it through the thread heaven again. Okay, so not many stitches are going to be going in for this. It's going to be a really quick one. Feels really weird just for like filling in the blocks completely and not missing bits, and because like look at what I'm like, I always leave bits. Obviously I'll go back and do it, but I get impatient and want to start the next page when I see that I'm close to it. And some of that is actually a thread that I ticked that I had in the box but it's not in the box, so I'm going to have to find it out of some of the threads I have stashed away. Right, 4 little stitches, well 3 now. I was really impatient to get to all the good bits of the picture, like her face and the stars and all the colours at the bottom right. I just can't wait. Right, so let's go back over these. And then we're parking it literally above it, I think, is it? No, it's not, it's to the side. This is another long thread to park. Long, long. Look at all these beauties. Actually, I think I've got the perfect thing to contain all of this mess. 1 second. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but if it does, then it's going to help a lot. It's just a little clip. A little clippy clip. Oh! Did you see it fly? That went miles. It's just a little monster clip. It's a pink heart, but it has like a flat part inside, so it might be able to hold on to these together, maybe. And then I was just going to clip it to the inside of this, see if it works. Ooh, this might work. If this does work, this may be a new item coming to the shop, folks, because I have loads of these. I got them for my planner shop, but I didn't think they would come in handy for the cross stitch shop, to be honest. But that's pretty cool. You can shove them in there. Look at that. Or actually, I could just pop them straight at the top. I don't know why I'm bending them round. Just put them straight up there. Go on in. There we go. Perfect. This one doesn't quite reach, but that's okay. The needle minder has that one. Right. Where is everything? Is everything contagious? Let's mark those ones off just so we don't get too far ahead of ourselves. And that was just a few. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's only one more stitch to do in this little block, and then that block's done. Wow. mark off the part thread with the yellow. So we've just got 4 to add to the 10k notepad. Right, so there's only 1 stitch there, which seems pretty pointless, but I guess we'll add it. So it's a dollar symbol. Let's have a look. Dollar symbol. Nope, that's not a dollar symbol. That looks. I thought. Let me show you. I thought that was the dollar symbol. You can see sometimes how it gets a bit confusing though, because there's ones that look very similar to each other. I had something else in here that looked really similar to another one, and I had to be really careful. There, I think, at the very last one. It's you, isn't it? 3811. Let's put this away for now. 3752. So we want 3811. Actually, I'll leave that out because I do need to put that in on it. 3811. Where are you? Here. 3811. It's like a little light blue colour. And I think I am going to introduce them into the shop because I did initially get them for the planner shop, but I've just made an awesome discovery and they're perfect for parking threads. Parking for the first time, and made an awesome little helper. Let's get a bit, there is a little bit, but there are threads in there that we need to park, so I don't think that'll be quite long enough. That one's ready. I actually quite like this colour. It's a nice blue, that one. 3811. Oop. It feels really strange just filling the chart in like this, like completely. It's quite nice. Normally I'm just stitched, as you can see there, I just stitch big clumps of the same colour and it ends up leaving bits behind. But seeing it fill up like this is actually a lot nicer. It's only taken an hour and a half to do an 8x10 square, but that's fine, that's fine. Thread heaven, on you go. All this just for one little cross. What the hell? And then we've got to start with a new colour on the next square because that's another new one on the very next bit. I wonder, do people go up or do they go across? I feel like it's normal to go up, but I guess you could go across, couldn't you? I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera. I hope you can. But this is basically what we've done tonight. Not a lot. It's like an 8x10. 8x10, but also there's like 3 columns of 8 there that was I don't know, it's just like the weird bit of the chart where it's just half of a square. See, on my screen it looks really clear and bright, but on the screen that I'm watching to see what you're seeing, it looks really dark and fuzzy, so I hope that it is okay and you can see it alright. There we go, one cross. What the hell? That feels so pointless. Oh well, I'm sure I'll appreciate it when I get to it. So I need to park it diagonally from there. So that's 1, 2, 3. That is that right one, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. So I need to park it 2 up, 2 across. You are going right there. Oh my gosh, I didn't realise it was such a long piece of thread. But it's okay, because we made a cute little clip thing that will look after it very well. We'll tuck it all inside the thing, the Grime Guard, in your pop, and you can clip them all to the Grime Guard. Go on in, go to bed. Until I need you again, you can be in there. And then I'll just pull them all tight to make it feel better. It's a bit messy. Why has that gone messy? I didn't need it last time. Well, it's because they've gone to the side of the blimmin' magnet. Ooh, nice and neat, nice and neat. Come on. Yes. It went loose again. Pull it through. Right, lovely. Lovely jubbly. Anyway, so I'm going to mark that off now on there because we've done that. So just one little cross. And then we parked it on the next dollar symbol. Cool. So one goes down on the 10k thing. Right, so next we need... I'm going to carry on all the way up like I did in this first one. So obviously you normally do it in 10 by 10 squares, so it's like 100. But this was an 8 by 10 because it's not a whole kind of square across the bottom. But there is also a column of 3 by 10 here. So I'm just going to carry on the same. So I'm going to do the 3 by 10 and the 10 by 10 all together. So it's one big block. And then just do it like normal when we get to them bits. So the next one we've got is like 3 little circle things. Whatever they are. So we can put this away. 3811, away you go. So I need the 3 circle thingamajiggadis. I think that's there. 3761. 3761. How'd you come? So it's like another shade of blue. Doing lots of blues now. For some reason I'm finding that loads of these colours I'm needing tonight, they're already ready for me on the bobbins, which I love, because it just seems so much longer when you've got to separate them into strands of 2. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's get lots of thread even on this one because it feels really fluffy. So it doesn't now, which is cool. And then we're going to carry on with the parking method, which is very new to me. It feels strange. I best change the thing, hadn't I? Just change the title of the stream over on Twitch because it's out of date now. It's out of date. We need to say that we're parking method now. I think I've just put some of that thread heaven in my mouth, so I hope it's not poisonous. It feels like the actual thread heaven feels a lot like the glue when you're at school that you put on your hands and then peel off. That's what it feels like. It's like all spongy and weird. Okay, so there's not that many stitches of this colour either in this block, but it's cool. We are non-judging the backers over here in this group. We don't judge the backs of other people's stitches because that we know that they're probably not that great. Okay, so this one goes the one above it too. It feels like, you know, at the beginning of the parking method, obviously it must get a lot different once you get further in because all the threads are already there, but while you're starting all the threads up at the bottom, it literally feels like you're hardly doing any stitching, you're just basically stopping and starting all the time. It's weird. Right, so that's that one, so that one and that one. Right, I had to concentrate and count, so that one goes there. And then 3 across the top of it. I hope I'm doing this right. Maybe some people kind of do it square by square, so they, well, stitch by stitch, so if the first stitch is one symbol, you do that and then you do the next one next to it and then you do the next one next to it, or do you do the same symbol all within the same 10 by block and then go to the next symbol and then do all that? I don't know which way people do it. What's next? So up and then up. So here. Over here. So I hope I am doing the parking method right. I have no idea. I'm basically doing it where I'm doing all the same symbol that's all within the 10 by 10 square. And then I'll move on to the next symbol, but maybe you have to do it literally cross by cross. I think that's all of the stitches. Let me just cross them off so I can see better. One, two, pick up my shoe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that what we've done so far? So we've done 7. We'll just write that down before I forget. It's getting to the point, there's that much confetti here, it's so difficult to tell. would definitely help if I got the gridded fabric. There's not much of this colour, to be honest. I think there's only like 3 crosses there and then that's it. Like, so if people that do parking, would you do, because at the end of this there's just 3 more of this colour and then that's it, would you just go up and do that, or would you still wait till you got to that square? Because I feel like I'd just go up and do it. I'm going to park it just because I don't want to miscount it. So, how many up is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then cross 1. I'm just gonna park it for now. I would normally just go ahead and do it, but I'm doing the parking method and I'm gonna park it. No, leave the needle behind. In there. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to mark that that one up there is parked in its little parking space. Need a little sip of the water, you know. Hydrate. Need to hydrate while you're stitching. Okay, next symbol. So this one looks a bit like a lollipop. Put this one away. 3761. Eight, 2, 7. So that's another shade of a blue. So when I first got to this point, I was like, why is it blue? I don't get it because the hair isn't blue. But then I realised we've got to the part now where the light from the stars on the on the right hand side are now reflecting on her hair. So I'm excited. We're getting closer and closer to the exciting colours. Okay, there's just a few of these, not too many. So obviously I'm starting next to this one. So there's lots of blues in. There's so much confetti. It's confetti heaven right now. And then let's go in with it. It's quite cool at the minute because it looks like a curved little shape. I'm so sad sometimes. So we're going up and up and up with this colour. And all the blues are staying here. All this I think is going to be all this by the looks of it. So at least we can keep to a little bit of a pattern. So this one's going... It's difficult now as well because I'm not used to parking. I can see obviously the coloured squares that are yellow on there, and I keep thinking that they're coloured in, like they're actual crosses on here that are done, and they're not, they're blank. So it's a bit throwing me off a little bit. So I need to go around this one. And we're going diagonally with the lollipop symbol. I can't believe how late it is. I'm stitching at 1 o'clock in the morning. What the hell is wrong with me? I really need to get my sleep pattern back on track. And doing stuff like this is not going to help, but oh well. Oh well. We're getting our 10k stitches in by the end of September, that's what I'm doing. Where does the next one go? That one goes there. Oop, that's nearly the end of this colour already. I think it is actually. There is actually only one stitch of this one in the whole rest of it. So I think I'm just going to put it in because there's no point parking it just for one stitch, surely. Do people do that? I don't know. I feel like there's no point. So it's below the other one that we parked. I'll just put it in. We're still doing the parking method. We're just adapting it a little bit. Well, that's the end of that colour. The next colour that we're going to do is actually one that's already parked, so that's quite fun. This is actually the first time I've had to end a thread from this parking. I really am messing it back, literally, please don't judge me, and I normally just shove the thread under wherever. I know that it would be neat if you just popped it under the line, but I just don't. popping it away. What the hell? Computer just decided to give me 50 million notifications. It's old. What is going on? Weird. I don't know what's going on there. Right, let's get back to this. So the next one that we've got to do, I haven't even marked those off first. So how many did we do? 1. So we did 8 stitches. And then this next one is one that we already have, so not that one, this one. This is going to be quite awkward actually because it's in amongst all the others. And it's a really long thread. And we have quite a few of these ones to do now actually. Finally. Still not going to the right though, that's being saved for the purples I think, so we're going upwards and diagonal. Then I'm going to move this one over here just to get it out of my way. I don't want to stitch it into the stitch because I have done that before. Pretty much a disaster. Go up, up, up. So this one goes here. I've just seen today as well that Katy Perry has just given birth to a baby called Daisy. Daisy Dove Bloom, which is quite cute because I was thinking, I wonder if they've called her Daisy because of the surname Bloom as well. I used to have a massive crush on Orlando Bloom when I was younger though as well. So obviously he's in Lord of the Rings as Legolas, and I had his biography, I had posters. I literally just had a massive crush on him when I was younger. I don't now. He's really old now and looks completely different. And I've actually seen that apparently he can be a little bit kind of stuck up sometimes. So you just don't always know, do you? People can look like really nice on TV and you just don't know them in real life. But maybe he's also not stuck up. You just don't know until you meet someone yourself. Can't take rumours to be true. But it's nice that they've come together. They're not two that I would ever have thought to get together though. It's strange. Like, sometimes you just don't think, do you? People in the singing world meet the people in the film world, and somehow pretty nice. It's a really pretty name, Daisy, though. I saw the picture where they announced the birth, and Katy Perry had a daisy painted on a nail, and she was holding the baby's hand, and Orlando was holding the baby's hand too, and it was really cute. Must be really hard doing all of her work while she was pregnant, because it was saying that she was still promoting a new album right up to just before she was giving birth, and I can't imagine having to have like loads of makeup and big outfits and being under cameras all day when you're probably in a lot of pain from your feet and your back. I don't know how it feels, but I can just imagine it can't have been too nice. Hats off to people that can do that. We just put our quilt back on our bed too, because with this heat wave the UK's been having, we literally just had a sheet on the bed. It was just so hot, and nothing you did could cool it down. Even having a fan, it just kept blowing hot air. So now it's starting, I bet it's not even cold, but it feels cold compared to, we've actually put the quilt back on now finally. It's been this long without one. It feels weird having it back on. And the thing is, with when I dislocated my knee about 7 weeks ago now, maybe 8, and it was kind of during the heat wave, and it was horrible to deal with because I wasn't allowed to bend my leg for at least 6 weeks, and I had a massive brace on it, and it was horrible because it's already horrible not being able to get around properly. It's crazy how much that stops you doing just for not being able to straighten your leg. I could not get upstairs. I had to have help like getting into the bathtub, because obviously you got to step into it, and it hurt to put pressure on to stand up. There was just so much stuff that I just could not do that you wouldn't think just from having your leg straight. You'd still think you'd still be able to get around alright, but try it, you can't. It's really difficult. And I had this massive brace on the leg for all this time. It was horrible to deal with, and it was frustrating enough not being able to move properly, and then the brace started getting really out of shape and just this uncomfortable, and it's like marked my legs, and now I've got to contact the doctors tomorrow because it still hurts to go up and down the stairs, and just in general there's just pain, and I don't think it's normal, and my foot still keeps swelling up on my leg, which isn't normal, I don't think. And I just need to because like when it happened, it dislocated the wrong way. Apparently normally it always dislocates to the right, and mine dislocated to the left. And when I went to A&E, the doctor's got like this specialist doctor to have a look and talk to me about it, because it obviously went the wrong way, and he was kind of saying like, if you have any trouble you need to let us know all this. And then I got referred to, obviously, like fracture clinic to go and have this brace put on and talk to the consultant there. And I went in and he was like, nope, you didn't fracture it the wrong way, it always fractures to the right. I was like, well, the doctors on the A&E told me that I fractured it to the left. And he was like, no, you dislocate. Like, bear in mind, I only had one x-ray that was done on A&E, and that's the only one. I didn't do another x-ray when I got to the clinic to check. And I was told on A&E that he was probably going to want to do like MRIs to make sure no nerves were trapped. He didn't do anything like that on clinic. He just basically said, no, it dislocated the right way. It looks fine. The X-ray looks fine. Just wear the brace and talk to the physio. We're gonna discharge you. It's like, oh, okay. So like, obviously, you listen to the doctors and been discharged, and things just are not right. And when I looked it up, it said that it could be like nerves and stuff trapped if your leg and foot keeps swelling up. So I'm gonna have to just get it checked over, but. It's hard, like, who do you listen to? One doctor's telling you one thing, the other's telling you the opposite. What are you supposed to do? Who do you listen to? Which one do I pick? I feel like I've gone wrong because I was like blabbing away. I need to check. Nope, we're okay. Whew. Thought I'd miscounted then just because I was talking too much. Problem that I have often, talking too much gets you in trouble. So where does this one go? Let's check. So let's just put that over there. These can go down here. The next one goes here. And then we need one all the way over against the edge. Yeah, I might watch the rest of Fear the Walking Dead tonight. We're really getting into it. And I didn't like it when we first started watching it, so we didn't carry on watching it, but we've given it a chance this time. It's quite slow starting, but I think in our heads we're comparing it to The Walking Dead, which nothing can compare. And I do like this now, it's growing on me, so I'm probably going to carry on watching it, even though it is 1:15 in the morning. Probably watch some zombies for nighttime watching. I do like a good zombie film though, a good zombie programme. I really liked the original Resident Evils, the first 1 or 2, but then after that it just starts getting stupid with these stupid creatures and everything. Should have kept it scary zombies. Where do I need to go? Let's carry on these up here. So 1. There's so much confetti here, it's hard to follow. I feel like my stitches aren't as neat because I haven't used the laying tool. I think it's just in my head, but I just know that I need to use it We're going to have to end the stream soon. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. This is all we've done in 2.5 hours. But it is getting towards 1:30 in the morning, so I'm probably going to have to go to bed at some point. Try and get my sleeping schedule back to normal, but probably not going to happen. I actually prefer night time though. Because I work from home, I literally would work all night for my business and then just go to bed in the day. I really do prefer night time. Weird. I used to work nights on a ward, I used to work at a hospital, and I used to do night shifts and I used to prefer them. Like when you first go in there at night time, it's horrible because you can see everyone going home to go to bed and have the dinner and stuff, and you're all just going to work. But then when it's the other way around and in the morning you're going home and they're all getting up coming to work, it feels really good. We've nearly reached the top of this chunk so that we can then park the thread and move on to the next. That's that, parking the thread. So let's sort the threads out again, get them all neat. I fold them up a little bit. I've seen some people with like masses and masses of threads all braided together hanging off their projects. So cool. Right, I'll mark these off of the chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We did 14 towards the 10,000 challenge, and let's write that down. So now that they're parked, and what we're going to be doing is moving on to the next one, and that's already there, and that actually fills most of this bin. So I'll do some of these and then I'll be ending the stream because it's getting on. The problem I have is I just want to keep stitching, like I don't want to put it away. I just want to carry on and get to like the end. It makes me really weirdly impatient and things. So we need this one. So there's quite a few of these stitches to do, which is good because it'll fill most of this area up, and it's back to that purple colour, which is really cute. I like these purple and pinky shades because I'm used to all these like blues and greys, so it's nice to get to this colour. This one and then another one. Something that didn't seem right. I'll show you closer up. This is what we have achieved tonight. I can't believe it's taken me 2.5 hours to do this little bit. What the hell? But I guess it's because I talk a lot. It's probably just because also all the threads are like new for parking, so we've been doing a lot of stopping and starting with them, and that takes a bit of time. But once they're already here and on the piece a bit further up, it'll probably be a lot quicker to just work our way through it. And then at the end I'm going to count up all of the stitches that we've wrote down on the sticky notes and add it to the spreadsheet to see what percentage we are through the whole project in general and what percentage we are through the 10k challenge, because I like numbers and I like to see stats and stuff like that. So yeah, next time I do a live stream of cross stitching, because sometimes I do colouring, sometimes I do diamond painting and all sorts. Next time I'm going to try and add like a bar on the screen for you to see that's probably a bit like this one down here, and have it where it'll be monitoring the progress through the 10k challenge so you can see how full the bar is, kind of thing. You can see how big her head's going to be there at the end. I do really like the way her hair looks on this already from far away. You can see her parting is here, and this is all her hair like streaking down, and like to see that that's just that top corner, you can kind of tell how big this is going to be. It's not as big as some of the Heaven and Earth designs, definitely. I've got bigger ones. I've got Heaven and Earth, Lord of the Rings map, large edition, and that is massive. The piece of fabric that I needed to do it with can probably like fit more than a double bed. Hey there, Link of Hyrule, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Have you had a good day today? I like your username, by the way. Do you play Zelda on the Switch? Yeah, I'm great, thank you. Just doing a late night stitching, currently 1:30 in the morning. Let's just mark this off the chart before I get confused. I can probably put these two down here actually. Be easier instead of putting them like up on top of all the threads. Just pop them all down here till we need them. And then that one can just stay up there. Use the needle minders for other things. Oh, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Hi, everybody. I hope you are having a good time. Day, night, whatever it is where you are. Currently 1:30 in the morning here. Do we have a lot of crafters here on the stream? Read! This is amazing. I really appreciate it. That's so cool. I felt all lonely, then all of a sudden there's loads of people here to talk to. I love it. Oh, thank you so much. I've popped a little picture here in the corner so you can see what it will look like eventually, maybe in a few years' time. 11 more stitches. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I really appreciate it. I'm definitely a new streamer. I have a gaming stream, a gaming Twitch account, but I also do this crafting one. It's really, really new. But I like meeting loads of new people. It's really fun. My handwriting. Oh, that's not my handwriting. That's on every sticky note. I wish that was my handwriting. I'm doing a 10,000 stitch challenge on Heaven and Earth Designs Facebook page where you need to do 10,000 stitches by the end of September. So that's what we're here doing. I'm writing down the numbers every time I mark them off the chart, and then it will add them up and add them to my spreadsheet. See how far we are from doing it. Looks like a ball jointed doll. Yeah, it's really cute though. I love her artwork. It's by Jasmine Becket Griffith, and I don't know if anybody knows about her. Oh. But she does some really, really nice artwork. I have a colouring book too with some of her artwork. She does some amazing stuff. We did a colouring on here the other night of one of her artworks too. I need to come back and finish that off. So the parking method, I'm really new to that, as really new to it, but it kind of involves, so when you're stitching on your chart, I normally stitch just like in big groups. So say if say you're stitching in the blue, and then the blue would like kind of go over here, I would just stitch until I'd done all that blue bit and then do whatever. Whereas the parking method is basically working your way up in the blocks of like 10 by 10 in hundreds, and you kind of like, you'll do the first symbol, the first colour, and do all of that colour in that 10 by 10, and then kind of just like park it in the next 10 by 10 where it would need to go when you get there, and then do the same, and then do the same kind of thing. I'm new to it too, so I'm not very good at explaining it, but we're getting there, I think, with it. Greater Seattle, wow, welcome. Oh, no way, Popcorn Maker, thank you. I really appreciate it. We're trying to get there. It's taken me so far 2.5 hours just to stitch this little bit, so it's taken a while. Are you parking it in your canvas or your frame wrap? So when you park a thread, you kind of just, when you get to the last symbol in that 10 by 10, you'll find where it's going to be in the next 10 by 10, and then you kind of pull the thread through, and then I've just like kind of made it stay here by using the magnets, and then I've just used a clip to stitch it and poked it in there because they're really long threads, just to get them out of the way, and then I've pulled these ones this way. And then when I've finished this 10 by 10 square, I'll eventually get back to them and then carry on with the next 10 by 10, and then they'll keep moving up and moving up, if you know what I mean. It's really hard to explain. You'll kind of see it as I go, I guess. It feels like a little party's arrived. It's so fun. I felt so lonely. No one was talking to me. You stream cooking? Wow. I'd love to watch that at some point. Do you have a schedule? What does everybody do on here? You have to drop your comments, let me know. Any hobbies, any interests? You leave them threaded, and depending on the project, may park in canvas or frame map. Depends which frame I'm using, whether I'm on canvas or linen. Yeah, it kind of does depend, doesn't it, what you're on. Like if I was using a hoop, it would be a lot more difficult. But because this is a Q-snap frame, so it's like clipped in, the fabric's clipped in, and then I've got this fabric Grime Guard just protecting it all from all my grubby hands. It's just easy to like poke it in there and keep it safe, because we do have 3 cats and they will come and nick my thread. Yay, Popcorn, a fellow cat lover. We have 3. We have Mixie, Phoebe and Luna. And Mixie is the mom. Phoebe is the sister that wishes she was the only child. And Luna is the toddler that's in everything but just wants to play all the time. Thank you so much for the follow, Popcorn. And thank you so much for the follow, Somewhat Meant. And thank you for following Rec Baker. Wow. And Link of Hyrule. What's happening? This is amazing. And you're helping Sweet Cheeks down here grow. Every time somebody follows or something, he gets XP. And then he'll level up, and eventually he'll have little arms and legs. You have 2 Bengals. Oh, I absolutely love Bengals. Me and Michael have talked about getting one at some point. If we move to a bigger house, then we would probably get a Bengal. But I can't really, I don't really have a good excuse for getting another cat because we don't really have the room. It wouldn't be fair, but I would definitely love to get another one. Do they look like tiny leopards? Is it leopards they look like? There's somebody that I watch on YouTube and he has 2 Bengals. He has one that's like a snow Bengal or something, it's white, and one that's a Bengal cat, and it's so nice. I really appreciate it, Link. I'll definitely be checking your channel out. Bent to friends. They are pointy balls of energy. Unfortunately, I don't have a Discord yet for this channel. This is a new one. I have a Discord for my gaming channel, but it's not set up properly yet. I need to look into it a bit more, but I will be setting up a Discord for this channel very soon. I have a Facebook group and everything like that, but not a Discord, unfortunately. Oh, well, feel free to do that on my Facebook page or Instagram. If you chuck me a follow on Instagram, I'll give you a follow back. I don't know what everyone's handles will be, but feel free. I've got a Facebook page for Jade's Crafty Life because I have a YouTube channel and everything like that, and I'm really happy for other people to just like post their crafts, post the pictures of their cats and their pets. Feel free to post anything like that on that page. Yeah, definitely. The links should be on here somewhere. Bengals and Facebook. I think the links are all down below actually. Yeah, Bengals are so cute. I really want to get is it called a munchkin? The really like small ones that are really like little fluff balls. What needlework are you working on at the minute, somewhat? A full-size panther? You're brave. Brave, brave, brave. I bet they are just like giant cats though, aren't they? Sometimes I look at lions on the videos and you can see your cats in the lion. Lieutenant Marshmallow. That is so cute. Lieutenant Marshmallow, that is the best name I've ever heard. I'm not sure if it'll enjoy cuddles, to be honest. Oh, that's funny. I like it. You'll find the meat. I don't know if it's the kind of cat that would sleep at the bottom of your bed. I think you'd be sleeping at the bottom of its bed. I wonder how much it would cost to kind of feed a panther though, full time. I bet it costs a fortune with all the meat and everything. $13 stitches. Yeah, a lot, definitely. Do they eat just meat as well? Or do they eat other stuff? I wouldn't even know. There was actually some kind of animal that my partner Michael was looking at getting, that when it jumps up it kind of is looking you in the face when it jumps, and it's a kind of like cat. I can't remember what it's called. Thank you so much, Link. I won't be able to join you in 2 hours because it is 20 to 2 in the morning here where I am, so I'm going to have to go to bed, but I'll definitely be giving you a follow back and checking out your schedule to come and watch you whenever I can get in. And thank you so much to everyone who has come over to my stream. You've livened up my night, that's for sure. I really appreciate it. Just feed it the people that you don't like. Like, oh, you want to come round and see my new pet? It'd love to meet you. Lol. funny. I didn't even know that about them. Since I've lived around cats, because I did used to be more of a dog person, I used to grow up obviously with dogs, and then when I got with my partner Michael, he had cats, and well, I used to be really allergic to them, and then since living around them, the allergy's gone. But I didn't even realise how clever cats actually were. It's really surprised me. Like the things that Mixie can do, and the things that they learn and just take in, it's really strange. Maybe one day animals are going to take over because they're getting brainier. I think I can hear Michael on his way to bed now, so I may have to go. Bedtime. We're a bit weird, we don't go to bed without each other. Take off what we've done. Like dial up internet loading a cool Windows background. I like that. Yeah, they are really different to each other. And the thing that I found as well is having 3 cats that we have, like that are around each other all the time, even though they are around each other every day, they still keep their own personalities and they're still completely different to each other. And you think like with them living with each other, they just kind of become the same personality, but they really haven't. For doing wicker. And that's like weird how you said that, because I actually said that to Michael the other day as well. I was like, because we have Phoebe is a black cat, and I was saying she makes the perfect witch cat to come and sit on the end of my broom. That's what the thing that I always imagine with them. Sorry, I just disappeared for a second talking to Michael. Whenever I give them a long massage, horrible things happen to me. I've just asked him what cat it was that he was on about that time, and it's a savannah cat. He really wanted a savannah cat, and apparently they're massive. Like they can, when they jump up to you, their paws end up on your shoulders, like looking you in the eyes. But some people have them as pets, and they're like gigantic cats. Yeah, I think some can be, but I think if you train them right, because I have seen a video of a man and a woman, and they took 2 savannah cats in as pets, and because they gave them kind of like loads of attention and love and trained them right, they ended up being really cute and loving. and they aren't massive, like they take up the whole sofa, but I think you just have to be careful. But yeah, I think they are definitely illegal in some places.
Alright. Been using your lay down tool. Get some of those made.
It's a shame. I've always wanted a monkey as a pet, but they're also illegal, aren't they, in some places? I'd love a little monkey as a pet. A laser pointer. Laser pointers are definitely dangerous weapons to cats. Bengals are illegal in Seattle. What the hell?
Big cats, aren't they?
Yeah, we've been talking about Bengals because they're really nice, aren't they? Like, we wanted one if we got a bigger house. I didn't realise they were illegal in some places.
I think it's because they can be seen as a dangerous animal.
Yeah, like quite wild.
Or maybe, you know, you've got to have a certain amount of space, maybe, for them. They're a big cat, aren't they? They're like a big dog, aren't they? You've got to have the room for them to run around.
I can imagine the savannah cats trashing your house if you use a laser pointer. Yeah, that's the thing. I think sometimes people just have them for the fun of it and they don't know how to handle them, and they need proper training really to look after animals like that. Because they need constant attention. They can't just be kind of given attention whenever you feel like it. They're going to need constant training, constant affection, constant looking after. If I had a monkey, I'd give it 100% attention. It could come to work with me. I could teach it to cross stitch, and then it can like cross stitch next to me on the video. Oh, I've reached the end of the thread.
They're asking if you've seen Tiger King.
No, I haven't. I know that it's massive and everyone's watched it. I just never watched it. I feel like I have watched it though, with the amount of stuff I've heard about it. He owned you for 12 years. I think I'm going to watch it. I need to, really. I feel like I'm missing out on something. I think that's the end of what I'm doing tonight. I can't believe it's taken 3 hours just to stitch this tiny section. What the hell? These clips I got to sell in Plan to Stitch planning, and they've come in useful for Plan to Stitch.
Maybe advertise them.
I'm going to pop them on the website because I didn't even think about it, like to clip on here. I'm going to have to watch Tiger King before I come back and talk about it, aren't I? I feel like I just need to know something about it.
Made a load of new friends.
Yeah. It's been really nice. It was really quiet and I was all lonely for ages, and then all of a sudden a party. We're having a little party.
Did they all come together or?
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel bad for going, dude would be good at ASMR. Saying you would be good at ASMR. I guess they like your voice. Have you heard? You can't hear your voice, can you? I can hear it. It's like dead deep and like raspy on it. Listen. You'll have to talk and then hear yourself. But there's a bit of a delay.
What do I sound like?
This is Michael. You sound like this. Read me a good night moon to sleep. Who's meowing?
Really dark.
We're in the UK, Nottinghamshire.
Derbyshire.
Derbyshire, I always say Nottinghamshire though. I feel like no one's really heard of Derbyshire, everyone's heard of Nottinghamshire. I don't know, have I just done some stitches that I haven't ticked off? We sound posh. We're really not. We're literally in like the commonest bit of like England, I think. Well, we're not, but it's so common, isn't it? Yeah. We're not classed as posh at all.
No.
I think I put a posh voice on when I'm talking to people.
You've got a phone voice, haven't you?
Yeah. We're really not posh at all. Done quite a bit though. I need to add all these up to put on the spreadsheet for the 10k challenge. I think that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to end the stream. I feel really bad because you've all kind of joined me and I've really enjoyed it as a little party. But I hope you all come back and join me on my next streams because we've had fun and I've enjoyed chatting with you all. Stop spamming symbols. I'm going to turn that symbol thing off. I think it's blocked you. Oh, Durham. I've heard of Durham. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us, and I'll hopefully see you all on the next stream. It'll probably be tomorrow evening, I bet. And it might be a colouring stream or something like that. But thanks, guys. Night.